Everyone in their own mind, by their own right, thinks they're number one.
I'm ill. I'm tight.
I see a lot of talent, but I see no competition.
But you will never fuck with me lyrically, because I'm on some other shit. You got to be able to do what I do, plus.
We the heavyweight champions of the world for the last 7-8 years.
Yeah, no.
But you know, hey, I'm ready for anybody.
We got the number one round niggas in the game, period, right here sitting in front of you.
Like I said earlier, I deserve a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Rap started out as a full contact sport. It was highly aggressive. It's gonna be aggressive.
Hip-hop is competitive. Find a rapper that doesn't think he's the best. And I bet you he won't be a signed artist. I bet you he'll just be some guy that's playing around.
The battle was like the way you took your steps to showing that you was the greatest. MCing was about being the freshest, being the dopest.
If you're gonna say you're number one, you gotta prove it.
You know, you step up money, then I'm gonna step up. You know what I'm saying?
Two people can't be in the same room saying they the best. They're gonna have to battle. They're gonna have to prove it.
Get down with the staff. Get on the mic on my behalf.
Let's go to the stage. Let's hit me and you. Forget that record. Forget all of that. Just hit the drum machine and let's go.
My man G-Rap, well, it's all on you, so get on the mic and do what you want to.
No thanks. Back to you, Dick.
It's not about how you look or what you did, how many bitches you fucked, how many rings you got, or none of that. It's who can rhyme the best.
That's what it's about, yo. Straight up being on the street corners, you know what I mean? It was no disrespect, it was just a thing of skills. Showing who got more, it was kind of like practice. If you ever was on the Little League, you was running around the hood, it's your practice to get set for the game. The game is out here in the industry. You know what I mean? So if you can't make it on the streets, you can't come out on the industry because anybody can test you at any time. And the thing is, you ain't got to be the one that's coming out dissing anybody, but they will come at you to see where your skills is at. So to keep your sword sharp, you got to do it in battle on the streets. That's where it's from.
It's like the difference between pro ball and the street ball. You know what I'm saying? Pro ball is cool, and that's where the money is at. But the street ball niggas is the nicest ones. You know what I'm saying? And the way they do moves like that, it's more personal, it's more competitive. You know what I'm saying? That's what battling is to rap.
You're never going to be able to get as deep into competition as you will in the ghetto community.
In the hood, they really want to win. You got to win to get out the hood.
Because you got to remember, being the best dancer is probably the best thing you're ever going to be. You know, you don't have that many opportunities. So to be the best rapper is a big thing.
I think any MC worth their salt has been in a battle, has been in rhyme competition, one point or the other. So even your most thugged out, street cat, hat backwards, gold tooth wearing, I'm just hustling, has been in a battle or has had some sort of rhyme competition.
Every year, I write a battle rhyme for the entire top 10 of Billboard. No disrespect, it's just the way I practice. Always remember, if you're in the top 10 of Billboard, I have a rhyme to battle you, straight up, that will destroy your career.
Check it. Yeah. Now listen. I say it's great in this world to always be an MC, but somebody in this world is always beefing with me. Every time that I could rock it, supernatural does the stunted. But do you know what it's like to live the life of the hunted? Everywhere you walk, yo, you're always a target. Whether I'm shopping or buying food at the market, cats wanna battle me and kill my carcass. Yeah, that's when the hour really is the darkest. But listen to me spark this as far as I can free. I learned from Cool Mo D and Busy B when KRS-One this MC shit.
It's probably the one that I think sticks out in everybody's mind, and I think probably set a standard, was the battle between the Juice Crew and BDP, Boogie Down Productions.
As hip-hop grew in the mid-'80s, New York's different neighborhoods began to take credit for its creation. Was it the Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn, or Harlem?
Me and my man MC Shan made a intermission record for Queensbridge parties that we used to have in the park out there at Queensbridge. The 70s and early 70s is when, you know, the hip-hop started out there. They was playing in the park.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got MC Shan and Molly Mall in the house tonight. They just came from off tour, and they want to tell you a little story about where they come from.
Mr. Magic, who at that time in the mid-'80s was the pinnacle and the height of what it meant to be an on-air DJ who played hip-hop music. He was the man, known around the world, Mr. Magic's Rap Attack. And here you had up-and-coming artists, KRS-One, Scott LaRock, bringing their record to Mr. Magic and him not feeling it.
KRS-One, it's got the rock. Yeah. This is how we barge in. Yo, this is Boogie Down Productions. KRS, Scott LaRock. Here's our we're performing right there, like this. So obviously, Mr. Magic is like, who are you? Get out of here!
And at the same time, Mr. Magic was also supporting a number of MCs that included Master Ace and Craig G and Big Daddy Kane and all these other folks that were collectively just called the Juice Crew.
We leave frustrated. Magic dissed us. He wouldn't even give us the time. He wouldn't even. Who he think he is? Now, somewhere along the line, we get the impression that Mr. Magic said our tape was whack, whack, whack. He heard it and said it was garbage. I said, garbage? MC Shan is garbage? So I went back to my shelter, sitting amongst 600 men, bugging out. I'm sitting on the edge of my bed, I'm writing South Bronx, South Bronx, South Bronx. So my issue was what MC Shan said in the record. You love to hear the story again and again about how it all got started way back when. The monument is right in your face. Sit and listen for a while to the name of the place. The bridge. The bridge, the bridge, the bridge, the bridge. Queensbridge. I said, It was $25 an hour for an 8-track studio. We were there 2 hours, $50, a lot of money. That what you hear on the South Bronx is one take. Scott was complaining that I took too long. The guy didn't even mix the record. There's no mix. And we kept one, and we gave one to Red Alert.
DJ Red Alert, one of New York's premier club and radio DJs, played parties at New York's Latin Quarters.
And that's when your heart stops, right there. Heart stops. Because right then and there, Red Alert can tell you to get out. It's corny. Look, man, you ain't got a shot. Red Alert will tell you in a minute. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't like the record. You don't have a shot. And your career's over. You wait and one song goes on. When he gonna play the record? He probably don't like it. Now the song go on. Boom, our song comes on. The whole place stops.
Yo, what's up, Blast Master KRS-One? This jam.
And they're doing like this. And by the time we got to, and I'm from the South Bronx, the South Bronx place erupted. Red Alert played that record 3 times in a row. He couldn't play nothing else. After the chorus went, the crowd, he tried to put on another record, they sang the South Bronx chant over that record. So he'd have to put it on again and put it on again. You can't imagine the feeling.
Fresh for 86, you suckers.
So to go against Shan was meant a lot. So when KRS did that, that's when everybody that listened to rap had to really sit down and take it serious.
After the triumph at Latin Quarters, KRS-One's star began to rise, with South Bronx on the radio as a direct challenge to hip-hop's premier MC.
Chris claimed that I said that hip-hop started in Queensbridge, which I didn't. In the beginning of the song, you hear Marley say, oh, they want to tell you a story about where they come from. That's the key word, where they come from. The bridge, the bridge. Well, Chris took it, and he's like thinking, oh, they telling all this stuff. Everybody knows hip-hop started in the Bronx. Cool Herc,
Time for the Bronx to come back. We came back live.
So was there a lot of resentment and everything after the record? Is it like a rivalry going on up there?
Yeah, say that.
Yeah.
My response to his response was, kill that noise, because you can't mess around.
I don't really mind being criticized for those who try to make fame on my name.
South Bronx, kill that noise. South Bronx, kill that noise. And I was just like, yo, please, kill that noise.
South Bronx, kill that noise. South Bronx came out, then Kill That Noise came out. Then I put out The Bridge Is Over, because it's all I had. These are rhymes that I was saying. So I ran back in the studio the next week, and made this record, The Bridge Is Over.
I didn't need to be in this hip-hop game with all the people in my camp, the cold chilling, and all, you know, everybody was negative. Even my own clique tried to play me low.
Shan's my man and all that, but I think Chris kind of came out the victor a little.
Didn't need the criticism, didn't need the people, you know, my own crew dissing me and dogging me.
I found myself representing the Bronx. I mean, like, representing. I didn't realize how much a record did, you know, what a record did for pride, what a record did for esteem. The Bronx was alive again.
I'm from Queens. He was going, man, keeps on making it. Brooklyn keeps on taking it. Bronx keeps creating it. Queens keeps on faking it. Yeah. Ship so hot, we still had to fuck with it.
So if you said anything about me, I was gonna get you, no matter who you was, where you was from, why you was there. I'm still the only guy in the whole game that represented and battled the whole borough by myself.
If you thought MC Shan lost to KRS-One, or if the Juice Crew lost, they were able to come back and still be legends because the hip-hop community was forgiving. It's like, okay, they got you on that battle, but there's another tomorrow.
Hip-hop shit. My man MC Shan went right to the brass knuckles. And I want to let all people know that this is my crew right here. Me,
I've had the 6 cars in my yard. I've had the Mercedes. I still got the BM, the motorcycles, and all of this in my yard right now. I've had that. I'm talking about planes and boats now. I ain't into cars and Chris. That's for you little punks. I'm talking planes and boats, because I spit shit directly being aimed at throats. I got doorbells with real bitches singing the notes. I got new Chris lines, man. I got new lines to burn to the... If there was no me, tell me, would there ever be a Chris? No QB, tell me, would there ever be a diss? Thank God and Miss Parker for the fact that you're here, but thank me for your career. You hear?
MC Shan could have won the battle simply by ignoring me. I'd be nowhere. There'd be no KRS-One, there'd be no 12 albums, no Stop the Violence movement, no Human Education Against Lies, no Temple of Hip Hop, nothing. It was because MC Shan understood hip hop that he said, oh no, this guy's stepping to me.
By the late 80s, LL Cool J had become a superstar, which increasingly in hip-hop meant he had become a target.
listen to the way I slay your crew. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it.
Into the break of dawn, LL Cool J shot back at all his rivals. MC Hammer,
Took my old gym teacher, ain't supposed to rap.
Kool Moe Dee,
Got the nerve to have them Star Trek shades on.
and Ice-T.
Mr. Pusherman, give me a fix so I can show you I'm immune to the romper room tunes. You little hip-hop raccoon.
LL Cool J and his opponents brought the MC battle out of the clubs and on to the national stage, where the rules were very different.
I took the cover right home to the bathroom. And the immortal words of LL hard as hell. Your broad wears it well. She's the reason that your record sold a few copies. But your rhymes are slow.
Where I was coming from, being from a gang culture in the LA street, if somebody said something about you in the street, you immediately wanted to go see them. And it was like, you know, I can say something about you, but you can't say nothing about me.